Imagine finding a beautiful little treasure just like this waiting for you out in the wild. Sometimes a beginner will go out and come home with little more than tired feet and a bit of a sunburn. But it really doesn't have to be that way. Our world is a geological wonderland just filled with dazzling gemstones, crystals, and happy little accidents of nature. The secret isn't really luck. It's about knowing where to look and, more importantly, how to look. Today I'm going to take you out on your first rockhounding adventure. We'll learn the simple, quiet secrets to finding amazing agates and jaspers, even if you have never tried this before. We're going to turn any frustration into the absolute joy of discovery. So let's get started. Before we even get our boots dusty, the most important part of any happy rockhounding trip happens right here. With a little bit of planning. The biggest mistake you can make is to just wander about without any kind of a goal. A little bit of research turns what could be a long walk into a focused treasure hunt. First, let's talk about the land itself. You just can't start digging anywhere. The world is a beautiful patchwork of private, public, and protected lands, and they all have their own unique rules. Places like national parks, monuments, and tribal lands are almost always off limits for collecting. And we never ever collect on private property without getting explicit permission from the landowner first. For a beginner, your best bet is often public land managed by agencies like the Bureau of Land Management. On many of these lands, you can collect a reasonable amount for your personal collection, but you can't sell what you find, and you're usually limited to simple hand tools. One quick rule of thumb: know who manages the land before you collect. When in doubt, always call your local office where you plan on collecting. To the best of my knowledge, national parks, recreational rock mineral collecting is prohibited. There are narrow exceptions though in Alaska. And of course, BLM lands. Casual, non-commercial collecting of reasonable amounts again is generally allowed, unless an area is specifically closed. Again, it's always best to check with the local field office. The USFS, national forests, small personal collecting with hand tools is commonly allowed for hobby use. Local forests may require permits though, or have site-specific restrictions. And active mining claims? Don't even collect without the claimant's permission. Claimants have legal rights to the minerals, including those gemstones. On Arizona BLM lands, those reasonable amounts for personal use are typically up to 25 pounds a day and 250 pounds per year. Now, here's a really helpful tip, because land use rules can be a little bit confusing. Again, I can't emphasize it enough. The easiest way to be sure about the area you want to visit is to check with the local land management office, or even a local rock and mineral club. They have maps and really friendly folks who can help you pinpoint exactly where you can and can't collect. For our trip today, we're heading to a well-known public spot that's just perfect for finding our targets. Oh, and one last thing to note. Out here in Arizona, we have state trust land. Arizona State Trust isn't public land though. A recreation permit allows access only, and removing natural products, including rock, isn't allowed under that permit. Ironically, this trust land usually gets sold off to really rich developers who have a strong, burning passion to build more luxury homes and bulldoze anything in the area. And they love to ruin our beautiful desert. Their day's just not complete unless their pockets are filled and our deserts are demolished. But that's an entirely different subject. So, what are our targets? Agate and Jasper. They're both a type of quartz, and they have their own wonderful, beautiful personalities. And pretty common also. Agates are often translucent and have these beautiful, delicate bands of color that formed inside the bubbles of ancient volcanic rock. Jasper, on the other hand, is opaque and gets its rich, earthy reds, yellows, and browns from mineral impurities like iron. I have a full video on finding Jasper, so be sure to check that out if you're interested. I'll put a link in the description. You can find them in the same places, especially in dry riverbeds. We call them washes. And on eroded hillsides where Mother Nature has already done most of the hard work for us. Alright, with our happy little plan in place, let's talk about the fun part. Our tools. Having the right tools isn't just about finding more rocks. It's about being comfortable and safe while we do it. You don't need a whole lot of expensive stuff though, just the right stuff. Safety comes first, always. I never go out without sturdy hiking boots, a wide-brimmed hat, and sunscreen. The sun can be a very powerful artist to our skin, and we want to respect its work. Most importantly, safety glasses and gloves. Truly, if you're going to be tapping on rocks with a hammer, these are non-negotiable. Little rock chips can fly in any direction, and we want to protect our eyes. Next, our collecting tools. The star of the show is this here beautiful rock hammer. You'll want one with a flat end for breaking and a pointed end for prying. A small garden trowel is also a good friend to have for digging into soft earth. And, of course, you need something to carry your treasures home in. A sturdy backpack or a 5-gallon bucket is perfect. Some people even like to carry a squirt bottle filled with water. This is great. This can be a real game changer. A quick sprint on a dusty rock can instantly reveal its true beautiful colors and patterns. It's like a magic wand for seeing if you've got a real keeper. I also like to bring plastic bags and a marker so I can label where I found my best pieces. And if you collect a lot of clay samples like me, you'll love that tip. This is going to help you build a happy little map in your mind for the next time. And the single most important thing to bring? Water. Bring much more than you think you'll need. Staying hydrated is so important, especially out here in the Arizona desert. I also pack some high-energy snacks. You never know when you get hungry. All right, our gear is packed, our plan is solid. It's time to hit the road. You know, the drive out to these quiet places is all about the adventure. You can watch the landscape change and start to read the story the rocks are telling. Perhaps you're heading toward an area known for its old volcanoes, which is the perfect kitchen for cooking up agates and jaspers. As we get closer, I'm seeing just what I want to see. Lots of erosion and a variety of colorful rocks. These are very good signs. And we've arrived. The first thing I do when I get out of the car is just stop. I listen. I get a feel for the land. Rockhounding teaches you to slow down and just be present. It's a wonderful lesson in patience and observation. We're going to start our search down in that dry wash over there. Washes are fantastic because they're like nature's conveyor belts, gathering rocks from all the surrounding hills and concentrating them into one place. After a really good rain, they're often reset with a whole new delivery of material. Let's head down and see what the desert has left for us today. All right, this is where the real joy begins. Standing in a wash like this with millions of rocks around can feel a little bit overwhelming. So, how do you spot the treasure in all of this? You have to teach your eyes what to look for. First, you're not looking for a perfectly polished gem. You're looking for clues. For agate, I'm looking for a waxy or greasy luster, even under all of this dust. I'm also looking for translucency, that lovely ability for light to pass through. Holding a promising rock up to the sun, if you can see a little glowing edge through it, you might have just found an agate. Look for those gentle bands or colorful rings also. Here, let's take a look at this one. See this rock? Look at the beautiful red on this. Oh man. Now compare that to this rock. It's a similar color, but it's totally opaque and dull with grainy texture. This is what we lovingly call a leaverite. That's leaverite there, but that's okay. For this jasper, I'm looking for rich, solid colors, deep reds, mustard yellows, and dark greens. Jasper is really opaque, so light won't pass through it, but it should feel very smooth and fine grained, almost like a piece of unglazed pottery. The real key is to walk slowly. Just scan the ground. Look for anything that seems a little bit different. A curious texture, a pop of color, or that waxy sheen. Sometimes the most ordinary gray rock has a fantastic crystal pocket secret waiting inside. Every rock you pick up teaches you something. There are no mistakes here, just happy accidents and learning. It's easy to get lost in the hunt and forget everything else. But being a safe and respectful visitor is the most important thing. This means constantly being aware of your surroundings. Always watch where you put your hands and feet. Depending on where you are, happy little critters like snakes, scorpions, and crazy little spiders love to hide in shady spots under those beautiful rocks. Let's never dig into an unstable hillside or a mine dump. They may collapse without warning, and that would be really bad. And speaking of mines, if you see an old abandoned mine shaft, just stay out. Man, we'll just admire them from a distance because they can be incredibly dangerous places. Oh. Also, keep an eye on the sky. In some areas, flash floods can move through a dry wash with terrifying speed, even if the storm is miles away. Dry washes can flood even when it's not raining on you because of the storms upstream can send that water down so fast. So plan exit routes, watch the weather, and move to high ground if water rises. Just as important as your safety is showing respect for the land. The golden rule is simple. Leave the world a little better than you found it. If you dig a hole, just fill it right back in. Pack out every single thing you brought with you, and by collecting responsibly, we're saying thank you to nature and making sure these incredible places will be here for future generations of rockhounds to enjoy. Just look at this. What an incredible day. We found some beautiful red jasper and some lovely milky chalcedony. I'll get these cleaned up, and a few of the best ones will be perfect for the good old rock tumbler. Or maybe I'll just leave these little guys the way they are. Sometimes they're just beautiful, just the way they are. The thrill of rockhounding isn't just about what you put in your bucket, though. It's in the quiet focus of the hunt, the connection you feel to the world around you, and the pure joy of uncovering a small, beautiful secret that nature has been holding for thousands of years. It's a wonderful adventure that anyone can have. If you enjoyed coming along with me today, here at Willow's Southwest Studio, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Now I want to hear from you. Let me know how your rockhounding trip went. Drop a comment below and let's share in the joy. The world is full of treasures just waiting for you, and you don't need to be an expert. You just need to get out there and start looking. Thanks for joining me on this beginner's guide to rockhounding. Now, it's your turn to go out on your own and enjoy the hunt. Peace and joy to you, my friends.